never sat crying all alone in the bathroom. I just wanna be by your side all the time, standing tall, your hand in mine. I don't wanna know where I might be without you, 'cause you can lift me up, baby, when I'm falling apart. I'll keep all of your secrets. You can heal all my scars. And have I ever mentioned I loved you from the start? I got your best intentions, and you got my heart. 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 We got four white walls and a window with a city view, and there's no one else that I'd rather come home to. Up all night, flashing lights, counting cranes out in the sky. I don't wanna know where I might be without you, 'cause you can lift me up, baby, when I'm falling apart. I'll keep all of your secrets. You can heal all my scars. And have I ever mentioned I loved you from the start? I got your best intentions, and you got my heart. 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 You got my friends ain't crooked, and I'm such a misfit. Every drink on every dress, and you just smile, shake your head. Saw it coming 'cause you know me best. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than right here with you. Promise, please, you won't go anywhere without me. You got my heart. 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 We know thrills at 17, chasing every high, jumping off, no safety net. No, we be fire. I know when did we grow up and start to say no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. I got filters in my head and locks on all my doors. Scared of losing what I have. I don't risk things anymore. When did I wake up and start to say no thrills for me? Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. No thrills. Yesterday, all this panic in my mind. Promise, I swear I've been doing fine. No, I'm not alone and feeling like no thrills, no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills, no thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. In my mind, in my mind, in my mind, in my mind. Oh, oh, No thrills, no thrills for me. No thrills, no thrills for me. Take all your banners, they say paint them white, and promise you will wave them when the sky is falling down. We mind our manners, not our heads, but if we're honest, all our flags are miles behind us on the ground. And I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. No, I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. If we're naive, at least we think we're sure of something. I'm not worried of late losing sleep at night. We drew our lines and met up right around the middle. I'll be okay as long as you're here by my side. And I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. No, I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. And I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. No, I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. I think I've been thinking too much. Had myself in check, but it's been one of those months where I feel everything a little too much, too deep. And I got 4 aces sitting pretty in my hand, but late at night I'm praying now the dice are gonna land until my heart is racing and I'm stressing in my sleep. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. Tricks on me now, tricks on me now, tricks on me now. I'm all good, I'm looking up. But baby, if I'm honest, you know I've been taking stock of every perfect little win and every close near loss I meet. And where it moves fast, run all the worst stuff. And what's my wheels are turning, it's just how to turn them off. So put some sugar on my ear and tell me something sweet. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. Tricks on me now, tricks on me now, tricks on me now. Tricks on me now, tricks on me now, tricks on me now. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. It's been a while, we haven't talked. I had some time to think us through. I promise I'm not looking for you, but here you are in all the words I thought I'd say. Have given up, but gotten lost in one good look in your two eyes. I'm on the floor. I thought that door was shut. I guess it's all that it takes. 6 months over, I feel so good. Are these feelings taking over me? I know I swore don't need no more. Are these feelings taking over me? Were you with both your empty arms and me with no self-control? I never stood a chance, and now I guess that it's too late. 'Cause I can barely say hello, and I know that I can hold on my peace like no hard feelings at all, and start all over again. 6 months over, I feel so good. Are these feelings taking over me? I know I swore don't need no more. Are these feelings taking over me? I think I love you too much. I think I miss you too much. Are these feelings taking over me? I think I love you too much. I think I miss you too much. Are these I don't wanna know where I might be without you. Verse I crying all alone in the bathroom. I just wanna be by your side all the time, standing tall, your hand in mine. I don't wanna know where I might be without you. 'Cause you can lift me up, baby, when I'm falling apart. I'll keep all of your secrets. You can heal all my scars. And have I ever mentioned I loved you from the start? I got your best intentions, and you got my heart. 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 We got four white walls and a window with a city view. And there's no one else that I'd rather come home to. Up all night, flashing lights, counting cranes out in the sky. I don't wanna know where I might be without you. 'Cause you can lift me up, baby, when I'm falling apart. I'll keep all of your secrets. You can heal all my scars. And have I ever mentioned I loved you from the start? I got your best intentions, and you got my heart. 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 You got my friends ain't crooked and I'm such a mess. Spill every drink on every dress and you just smile, shake your head. Saw it coming 'cause you know me best. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than right here with you. Promise, please, you won't go anywhere without me. You got my heart. 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 We know thrills at 17, chasing every high, jumping off no safety net. No, we be fire. I know when did we grow up and start to say no thrills, no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills, no thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. I got filters in my head, locks on all my doors. Scared of losing what I have. I don't risk things anymore. When did I wake up and start to say no thrills, no thrills for me? Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills, no thrills for me. in my mind. No press. No press. No thrills. No thrills for me. No thrills. No thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. Study all this panic in my mind. Promise, I swear I've been doing fine. No, I'm not alone and feeling like...
All right, everybody, it's Unexpected Victory time. Johnny Esports here on the play-by-play, joined by Wes Rambo. How you doing, my dude?
I'm good, man. It's Unexpected Victory time, just like you said. It's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Lots of syllables. It bounces well. It's good. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good times. They're up against Prolapse. Not very many syllables, but still a funny name. As 2
PL
teams.
for short. We affectionately call them PL.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so a little info on this Prolapse team, I guess. They are also 9-4, but they we have some similar teams they've played against each other too. They did play against Lo-Fi Hip Hop that Unexpected Victory did kind of dismantle. They played an OT game and lost to them. They also played against Chess Club and beat Chess Club, but again, that was another team that UV1 seemed to have very, very easy work of. So we did this last game and maybe jinxed UV1, but through transitive properties, UV1 should be better than this team. But as we saw with our last game, there's no guarantees.
Definitely not. I mean, the other thing that you can take away from this is that their last game was on Inferno, and UV1 had an amazing attempt at a comeback where they were way behind in the first half and then got almost all the way back to overtime. It was a pretty incredible performance by the boys. And now on Nuke, historically this season, a much more comfortable map for UV1 Nuke. So definitely, look to see them in a comfortable position. They know that they're going to come up with potentially superior skills to this team. They know they're on a map that they're experienced and tried and true on. So definitely, once again, good vibes coming in for UV1. They're going to be confident coming into this one here.
Yeah, and they should. And I don't want to overstate how much their only loss this season. Again, the 4 losses they've had were all on Inferno, but they've all been banger matches. So I don't want to go as far as say that Inferno. Okay, maybe it's their weakest map of the maps that they decide to play. Let's put it that way. I still think they know how to play that map. It's just they've maybe gone against teams that maybe that was their best map. Like last week, we saw that team. They played a lot of Inferno, and they have a lot of success on that team. So again, who knows what would happen in a best of 3 if they were playing that yesterday.
Exactly.
They definitely had a lot of momentum coming out of that first map. So even after a loss, they might have been the team with more momentum going into a second map, and maybe UV1 would have been fine. Who knows? We will never know. Really.
That's why I'm glad that UV1 has clinched playoffs kind of quite early in this season. They've got plenty of regular season matches left, but they're already more or less guaranteed to get into playoffs, because I think best of 3s, we're going to see, another layer to UV1. I think that they will translate really well. The way they approach the game will translate really well to the more strategically deep setting of a best of 3 or a best of 5 series. Just by the way UV1 tends to adapt to their opponents. They tend to, get going over the course of a match to a certain extent. They can find momentum out of nowhere, and those types of skills are just so useful in something like a best of 3 series. So I think the UV1, I'm just really excited to see them start playing those playoff matches. For now, though, they've still got these matches to go, and they have another Inferno next match. And I like that they're just sort of getting some on that map near the end of the season once they've clinched. It's nice to throw a nuke in there, make sure, okay, we're still good on nuke, we can still do what we need to do. But getting Inferno really practiced in these more high pressure situations, like an actual live match as opposed to a scrim, or as opposed to matchmaking, these types of things, I think that it's really valuable. So UV1 are on the right track here.
Yeah, and it's something, again, I think they really want Inferno to truly be in their map pool. We were very confident in their nuke. We're pretty confident on their overpass as well. We were confident on the train, but rest in peace, train.
Yeah, see ya. Mhm.
But and I think they really want Inferno to kind of use the extra map, and like you kind of touched on before, you like feel like this team would be really good on a Dust 2 and a Mirage. I
Yeah.
think they banned Mirage specifically.
Yeah.
So that's what it is, but they're likely to see a Dust 2 in a best of 3 situation, which I think is fine. If Dust 2 is like one of the thankful thing about Dust 2 is that sometimes it's like one of those maps you maybe don't need to practice as often because so much of
Yep.
it is kind of based just on how well you frag, just the angles of that map and stuff. So
Yep, lots of defaults.
yeah, lots of defaults and just seeing who kind of wins their 1v1 situations or whatever, right? So that's fine. So I think that's where they feel it, but they really like the maps that have high execution difficulty, which Nuke is certainly one of them. And again, they want to add Inferno to that, and they certainly do have Overpass pretty well down too as well. So again, we're going to see them on maybe their most confident map right here, and that'll be good. Like you said, Inferno tomorrow up against Esports Astro, so that'll be interesting to see if they could finally pick up a win on Inferno. Well, actually, they technically do have one win on Inferno earlier in the season too as well. Two wins, because I know how to count.
Yep. It's just that they have so many, they have very few losses in the season, and lots of them are on Inferno.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it just stands out, right? And it could just be like, again, even the sample size of 13 isn't even like super significantly great. Let's say this team stayed together for a while, and you have to include the fact that on those earlier Inferno losses, this is not the same lineup.
Yep.
This lineup had to play in the had to play the OT against Ablaze awkwardly.
That's right.
When they didn't play the original 25-25, right? So like, there's lots of like little bit of RNG that might have just led to like a bit of a statistical anomaly. They could actually be very good at Inferno, and again, I do think they actually are. It's where the losses come from, and I don't want to be purely a results-based analysis, but that is a reality.
Yeah, they have one more match, by the way, UV1, where the veto hasn't been done just yet. I would love to see them throw in a Dust 2 there. I'm fine with Mirage being the ban, but it'd be nice to at least get one live match on Dust 2 before you head into playoffs, where, like you say, they're certainly going to run into it, even if they want to ban Mirage, so I'd like to see that. The other thing to look out for is, of course, their opponents, PL over here. They are 2-2 on Nuke. They are, seems to be not a map that they love going on to. There's a lot of Mirage, a lot of Inferno in their match history, but 2-2 on Nuke, so definitely not as good of a record as UV1 have on Nuke, but we've seen some teams kind of bring out some unexpected things on Nuke where we didn't think that they would be so amazing,
right?
Compared to UV1, who really have this map locked down. And there are some really innovative stuff. The thing about Nuke is that there's so many different ways to play it, and so many different kind of styles you can bring onto this map, that it becomes really interesting to see when two styles conflict. For instance, UV1 tend to struggle against hyper aggression. Against those big W key plays. UV1 sometimes get surprised by that and take quite a few rounds to adapt to it.
Yeah, and that's what kind of happens sometimes when people have had success against UV1 in this map. It's when they rush A really effectively. They just
those
get
big vent drops.
Yeah,
they
just get through lobby. They just get there, and they can take quite a decent amount of rounds on UV1. Play that way. Eventually, UV1 does seem to adjust. We have noted their ability to adjust in games, but
real
sometimes
quick,
just losing.
The scene hasn't been switched on stream, so right now we have the starting soon.
Oh my goodness! Thank you for.
Luckily, the match hadn't started yet, but sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to make sure we got that switched over, and we will get there just in time, Johnny, because the match is live, baby. Pistol round, here we come. UV1 starting on the CT side.
Thanks for joining the UV1 podcast with me. And
exactly. Yeah. Radio show only. Yeah.
Sorry about that, folks. But anyway, look at this. We're into a pistol round. 037's got one already, and we touched on the aggressive rush onto the A, and it's working out already here for Prolapse. And they're right in onto it. Now, here's S73 picking up one more, too. Talento then's got down Aglet. Vampy now all by themselves. And 037 take up Vampy. Clean round. Clean pistol for Prolapse.
Yeah, well done. And there you go. We just talked about it. I mean, on the pistol round, anything can happen, but it was that fast aggression, just everybody heading through Squeaky Door. and just trying to get control of the site as quickly as possible. UV1's defense was not quite stuck in enough, and so they go on to their famous Deagle Deco round coming in, with Deimos able to buy up armor and a grenade. Interestingly enough, I wonder if Deimos is looking for some sort of shotgun play next round.
Yeah, he definitely forced one here a little bit for themselves while everyone else is basically saving here. But again, we have seen UV1 definitely do some strong things here on the Deagle. And Prolapse are deciding to play this one fairly conservatively, despite, 3 MAC-10s. You usually kind of see people trying to get right in front of people's faces. But there's also the other end of it where maybe you see if UV1 play impatient and they run into your MAC-10. That's certainly a way to utilize that gun pretty well. But right now, everything's pretty calm. They're now starting to get onto this site. Vampy's able to pick down one. He eventually gets taken out. He took over here, Flex over here, who does get taken down. So quick work leads to Prolapse in a 4v1.
4v1, it's only Deimos remaining. That grenade has been loosed. And so all you can hope for is a miracle. Deimos is capable of pulling it off, but it doesn't seem likely here with only the Deagle and armor in hand.
And you want to save the armor, I think.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. It looks like they may go for a buy. You can see their money next round isn't great.
Well, the armor basically bought that kill. He bought himself too. Well, he kind of makes up for it anyway, so he gets a couple of frags there. It isn't bad. It's going to force Prolapse to basically have to buy a few more guns here instead of just getting a full bonus, but UV1.
And here, like I said, this is a half buy, so it's not too bad that Deimos lost the armor. They aren't going for the rifles this round. Only everybody sitting around just being able to buy up armor and pistols this time. UV1 going to go down to 3, no problem with that. Pretty standard stuff so far, but good job by PL to be able to get some aggression.
Ooh, Dysentery does getting right in there, picking one off. But Agla with a nice headshot over here. Does pick up one as we tune into Flex, shooting down from heaven. So it is now a 3v2 advantage UV1, who of course are on this eco now, and they've taken down a couple of them. AK though, still in S37's hand. He's able to pick up one more, but he's down to 12 HP. Amodachi, I'm going to choose to pronounce it that way, is now coming up behind Flex, and for some reason, Autodirect decided to leave right at that moment. But Vampy picks up another kill on S37, and he's able to pick up the AK, now trying to turn onto Amodachi. But he's got eyes on the bomb, but low HP. This is a very interesting round.
You might expect Vampy to just drop down the vent today, but...
I thought
unbelievable.
Yeah, I thought for a moment Vampy fired too soon and was about to be punished for it, but the next bullet hit the head, so it was perfect.
Very, very good there from Vampy, just managing to be the ninja in A site, sneaking around among the carnage of the fallen bodies. Great work there for UV1. They managed to win the save, and so they are up to a great buy here with actually Eglet picking up that auto shotty there. And yeah, they're on a much better buy than Prolapse here, but they go down to 5 versus 4.
Well, S37 picks up a nice 1 Deeg. They're going to start making their way through Secret now. Nice smoke cover gives them the access towards that. Double D over here will meet up with Deimos. There's no way not to make this Merlin's name sound dirty, but Deimos will take him down.
18+ stream today, folks. Dysentery Dusty on Prolapse. There's just nothing, like you said. No 2 ways about it.
Yeah.
They're playing dirty.
They're playing dirty. Ooh, Amodachi able to find that one onto Eglet Talento, then taking out the other one. Here's Alfight moving. Crew Control will meet up with Amodachi, and it is just a little bit quicker on the trigger there. It's taken out. S37, nice Deagle shot, taking down Vampy, trying to get through there, but 037 is going to plant the bomb, and it's Alfight by himself once again. Ooh, nice shooting, Alfight. Just enough to take him down. Dealing with some fire from the other side. He's going to peek over here, does have this incendiary, going to try to use it. Force him out here. S37 is going to come through Hut in a moment, too, as well. Caps the G-Fuse, but 037 takes him out right away. Prolapse answer back after the nice eco from UV1. 3-1 lead for them now.
Very tough situation. Really unfortunate timing for Vampy there. Coming up the vent, was sort of hovering in midair, and the Deagle player caught him off guard. You know, trying to get up behind them. So PL take another round there against the full guns of UV1, who have to save up once again. And Eglet's going back to that shoddy. This isn't something we always see from Eglet.
Yeah.
Generally playing more so up in heaven as opposed to up here on Hut. So interesting adjustment for the defensive UV1. And yeah, you know, they do have that buffer to try out some new strategies. So even when you've got Nuke, you know, pretty well figured out, no harm in trying out some extra, you know, adjustments so that you've got a little bit more depth to your map pool, even as it stands. I like this adjustment here. They are on the save as well. So PL, while they aren't on full guns, definitely are favored in this round.
And the thing with Eglet, I think he's one of the best on the team of kind of just like hold this angle and do that. And you can certainly do that with the Mag 7. You just kind of sit at a tight angle and just click faster than someone walking through to you, and you should be able to get them in a short range situation. So I kind of like maybe that adjustment. Maybe they decided, hey, Eglet, you get to play on Hut here and see how you're going to do with those duties. So again, with the ability to have some games in hand towards the playoffs as we watch Vampy get a trade here, and then Vampy picking up a second. Definitely affords you to play around with your strategy here a little bit. And Vampy's just got 3 all of a sudden. He's looking for his 4th. The one sitting there just had no chance of stopping Vampy when he's on a roll. He's got 4K now. Talento, last one standing.
And like lightning, Vampy with the first 2 kills in particular, that was really impressive. Talento's now remaining only on site. We got to talk about that Vampy 4K after this round's over, but he's looking for the 5th.
Yeah, definitely does. Tries to make some noise by opening that door. The bomb sounds like it's starting to be planted now. Vampy comes and walks out, opens, closes the door, and finishes it off with the ace. Vampy doing it himself. UV1 now within 1.
Somebody clipped that round. That is amazing. Vampy getting the first kill, then absolutely sprinting across through the underside of Hut to find the next player around. No expectation of Vampy peeking that angle because he had just appeared way deep into the CT zone, then turns around and finds both players who were flanking from heaven. That was amazing on A site. And then the end, it was just, you know, just easy, you know, piece of cake for him and Damos to pull off that 2v1.
Yeah.
Unbelievable from Vampy.
Know what I think is funny about my own call of that, as I'm going to shut up because Eglet's met a bunch of people here and he's spraying one down, looking to get through a couple more of the smoke. Vampy trying to help out here from heaven is getting a little bit of damage here, but they are getting through those vents. But they've taken a ton of damage for doing so. Eglet gonna get in behind them, gonna take out the 2 outside and takes out the bomb carrier. Eglet with 3K in this round.
Oh, that is cruel from Eglet. Just able to take out the first player. He knows which one's carrying the bomb, and he's just like, that player's full HP. I'll deal with him first. Ooh, good angle found by Amadachi, though.
Yes, definitely able to get that as Dysentery Dusty 1 Deegs onto Flex. So this round is suddenly closer, despite the hot start from Eglet. Still 2v3, and they got Deagle. Only 1 person left here, but Dysentery Dusty will take down Vampy. So he's got the bomb now, and Damos and Alphite are still trying to defend.
Also has an op. Probably going to use this Deagle to engage first of all. It's a little bit more versatile of a gun in these close quarters. Dusty's done well so far.
Ooh, he saw the gun.
And he spots the arm.
Oh, but he misses. So Alphite's going to know where he is now, but again, has the op. So if Alphite does come peek out here,
and
could be dangerous.
The call should have come in that Dusty is holding the op. That's why Alphite's not peeking. Damos even a little bit hesitant to peek that. And now, yeah, Dusty's going to get a free plant and going to get a free setup with the op on the post plant. So there's potential here.
Yeah, he's looking to clutch this one out, and it's certainly plausible. They're trying to throw out flashes here. Misses his shot on Damos, and Damos finishes them out. So this will now be a tie game, 3-3. So the thing I was trying to touch on about what I thought was funny about my call on Vampy's ace is that, like, people probably used to me getting very, very hyped and super excited and getting really loud. But the funny thing I found about that call is like, it's just Vampy doing what Vampy does. This is the Vampy. This is just a normal Vampy thing now. So I've gotten so desensitized by how insane Vampy is at this game that even I am just like, oh, okay, he did that. Of course he did.
those 4 kills in A, man. Yeah, you kept your cool for sure. It's impressive. Vampy was able to keep his as well because that was some amazing individual Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
UV1 do bring it back to the tie game, and they actually go up to the 2-op setup, having recovered that last one. So let's see what they do to set up for this. No surprise, Deimos and Flex on those scopes. Once again, Vampy was a little bit of the hero of last round, finding a couple of very critical kills to bring them into an advantaged position here. So this time PL just go for more of an outside hit, but the smokes aren't really there yet. If Deimos finds the right angle, which he's going for.
Here we watch a lot of death happening. All of a sudden, it's only Alphite left. That was too fast for me. I'm not going to lie, folks. Alphite takes down one more here. Does stop the bomb carrier. So there's 2 low members on Prolapse, so this is certainly possible. He takes a little bit of a nade hit there, but looking to peek around here, can potentially get onto it. Mr. Justin is trying to hit him through the wall, but he'll walk up. He's got a great spot. Oh, but Double D manages to clean out the round. Alphite, despite a good effort there, UV1 are now down 3-4.
Yeah, Dusty found the right surface to hide behind. The edge of that vent has definitely got a little bit more armor, well, you know, resistance to bullets than some other walls of the same thickness. So nice job by Dusty there to find the headshot. Unfortunate for Alphite. You got to feel like he kind of felt like that kill was in the bag, and then you got yourself a 1v1. So looking for that. Now it is a pause. I think this is attack from UV1.
I'd imagine.
I wouldn't be surprised. You can see Vampy already racking those up. That ace is, of course, Ownerman was mentioning in chat before. That's Vampy's 2nd ace of the season. More to come, almost for sure. But yeah, very impressive stuff. And UV1, though, they're running into a pretty difficult team here once again. Like I said, 2-2 on Nuke for PL, but they have managed to get a couple of good wins, and they've got some good, you know, it's once again this style mismatch. UV1, it's good that they're playing this match in the regular season when they've clinched playoffs, because they need some practice on dealing with aggressive teams, and that's definitely what PL are bringing to the table. Look at this.
Speaking of aggressive, the Amodachi just getting ready in their next class. 37 helped out, and they just get on site and execute people at an insane speed, just all at the same time, making it very difficult. Deimos just trying to walk around the corner, and Dysentery, Dusty finishing him off there, and he's got himself 10 frags now in this as well to match Vampy, and PL are up to a 5-3 lead.
I have never felt sympathy for Auto Director until these last 2 rounds, Johnny. These kills all come at exactly the same time, and part of what that signifies is a good coordinated hit from PL. They're able to just find all the angles, get in at all the same time, make sure they win their fights, and really just destroy UV1, end the round before it has really begun. And look at this, a push, counter push coming in.
Yeah, they're trying to play this one out aggressively. Is UV1 getting themselves through here. Amodachi trying to get into the lobby there. Vampy's taking up this round. He's got himself 2 all of a sudden. Actually, they get taken down by Amodachi on the other side of the map. But here's Double D meeting up with Vampy, taking him out there. 3v3 now. Bomb already. Dysentery Dusty picking up his 2nd all of a sudden as we watch S37 now protecting the bomb plant here on the B site.
Good find by Dusty. Vampy could have gotten a really tough
nice
position
shot
there. Good job by Alphite to find that 2v2, but still a deal and a scout.
Oh, Deimos takes him down now, so it's just Amodachi who's trying to make a play here. Definitely makes at least one. Does Deimos have enough time here? No kit. So he's running.
Has to get out. Does recover the AK. They get all the frags, and they definitely do damage, but once again, it's PL with the round. And yeah, you know, Vampy, it wasn't favored for UV1. They were on a save in that round. You can see they've got the money now to get what they need. But still, they're bringing it close here. On the T side, though, 6 rounds already. PL doing really well. Dusty, in particular, finding some great spots and up at the top of the scoreboard for the server with 12 frags tied with Vampy there. So, yeah, impressive stuff by the man with the old-fashioned disease.
Just trying to get through that molly. Will get taken down. That's their best player, at least so far today, for PL. So if UV1 can take advantage. Vempy, meanwhile, he got himself 2 as we're watching Deimos work here up in heaven. S37
Yeah, and that
Talento.
was that's exactly the type of thing we're looking for UV1 to deal with aggression. Good use of utility there and proactive, not giving the other team time to set up, and they just managed to take out. Yeah, Deimos with a great spot there, taking everybody out as they run into the fire. Good job by UV1.
Oh.
Great adaptation here, and Vampy switches out for the shoddy.
That's entertaining. Let's see if they'll run right.
You can
into
tell
this
he
one.
doesn't want to sit. This isn't Vampy's style to sit on top of Mini like this. He wants to push.
He's holding it down now, and they are certainly thinking about this smoke coming out. Try to get that long side, but let's see what Vampy does with it. Hold down the left click button, but Deimos is the one that actually finishes the 2 of them off.
He got them both. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe he got that first one. I thought that was for sure Vampy. Perfect timing on that. But yeah, nice job by Deimos. So deadly from that heaven position. Can cover outside as well from there with the AUG. And yeah, a lot of headshots have been delivered by Deimos from that spot. So UV1 pick up a round after a streak from PL. And they do put PL onto a bit of a tough financial situation with Talento once again onto a deagle.
Yeah, this could be very huge if UV1 can finish this one off. Dysentery trying to go all in on this one, picking up that op, but a little bit less utility. Might work out for UV1, unless Prolapse uses theirs very, very well. But they're going to play out patiently and try to get UV1 to use their utility to try to get, try to bait some of that out.
Yeah, that is the goal of a default and basically what they're playing right now. They do throw a couple of smokes for outside, though, so have to threaten the cross over to Secret there. It's going to put pressure on Deimos. Generally stands up, and S37 just gets a lucky break.
Yeah.
Great game sense.
Meanwhile, the other 37 just at a good spot there and watches Alpha walk right into his crosshair. Flashes out, potentially get onto Deimos there, does a little bit of damage to him.
Hit him with the flash.
Oh, that's a killer molly. Deimos burning down 34 HP. They're getting themselves onto this B site. All 5 of them. And UV1 will have to try to respond here. Vampy trying to get through Vance, but S37, they're waiting. Exit now. With that shot, he does take down 1. Still 4 to go. Oh, 37
Good
just...
read by 37.
They're... Prolapse got a really good read on just what UV1 are trying to do on the map. It has not been a lot of situations where it's like Prolapse needed to do crazy flicks and then UV1 are just getting no, they're kind of just getting beat by like good crosshair placement and just good reads on just what UV1 are trying to do.
It's generally like been the positioning that that's where PL have really been able to take advantage here, and it's because of that aggression they managed to get into positions that UV1 aren't used to seeing players at certain points in the round. You know, using those break points, however many seconds you count in the round, this person should be able to get here. PL just get there a little bit faster than UV1 are used to, and it's very impressive stuff. Yeah, and you can see. In Vents, that player who was in Vents going back and forth, for instance, they did not expect a player to be anywhere near there by that point. So UV1 both just walked into his crosshair. Really nice positioning from PL. They've definitely got a game plan for Nuke. And they've clearly, even though they lost 2 on Nuke so far in this season, they've clearly learned from those losses. UV1 are back on the bye, though, and Eglet once again on the shoddy. And A site actually has been shored up pretty well by UV1.
Yeah. Nice flash assist.
Once again, the outside push.
His team just works really, really well together, and it's just coming through.
Yeah, I said short up, but actually that mini spot definitely is maybe an exception. Flex has not been able to find that much purchase on this game just yet. One of the star players coming in and yet to really show up so far. Can't count him out just yet, but impressive for Prolapse to be able to shut him down.
Vampy just waiting. Able to take down 1. See if another one comes through here. Vampy trying to get there, but Amodachi a little bit quicker this time. Deimos, though, helping out from heaven. He jumped away S37, who's now picked up Eglet. Eglet at least took down Dysentery, so it's now Alfight 1v2. S37 wins that round out. Prolapse now up 8-4. And one thing I want to touch on, this being our second game in a row where like, oh yeah, they played other teams that UV1 had played, and UV1 killed those
Yeah.
teams or whatever. The other thing to touch on too is that I didn't dive super deep on like maybe they've made roster changes similar to how UV1's made roster changes throughout the year, and then things got
Yep.
better. Again, that like the game they played against Lo-Fi Hip Hop where they lost, that was very very early in this. It was the first game of the season for them. So who knows? Like I didn't dive deeply into to see who like if they had roster changes instead or whatever, and then as well as just improved since then. So it's what it is. It's where we are at now. They've doubled up UV1 so far, but if UV1 can take a couple rounds here, at least bring it pretty close towards the second half. I am still more confident in UV1's T side than I am of their CT side, just kind of in general. So if UV1 can steal a couple rounds here, they got to do it here with the Deco. Then they're still in a good position.
Yeah, and you can see UV1 are doing different stuff, you know? They kind of have this four-point system with Vampy really just working his way through different sites as opposed to playing a spot. And as we see this aggression, I'll come back to that in a little bit because, yeah, there's definitely changes being made to the way UV1 are approaching Nuke. And, you know, I think that they can go back to what they were doing before, which is more static and more passive. But to be able to sort of practice this and have this in your arsenal will be valuable coming into the playoffs. So, you know, their strategy here. Nice headshot by Vampy to open up.
Beautiful shot to get this one started on the right foot for UV1. Be interesting to see if he's able to pick up that gun too as well. But here's just you kind of join the rest of his team who have already kind of made a decent push through Secret. UV1 Vampy here trying to deal with S37. He's got him down to real low and then finishes them off. Jerry Dusty, though, gets into the fight. Will be able to take out Egglet. Now moving on the side, opens the door and takes down one. Alpha, though, finishes them off, leaving S37 here by himself, 1v3. Excuse me. Deimos here. Long-range deagle shot gets a little bit off of S37. But separated from the bomb, has to try to fight through all three of these to get anything done. This is a great...
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Yep. You can't go in. They're too good. You know, UV1 playing it so well, jiggling back and forth, and that's just like another amazing individual play from Vampy, just toying with his opponent in the 1v1 there. Even though he's got the deagle and the other player had the AK, the PL player had to get completely lucky. And that was Dusty, by the way, the best player on PL. Just shows how amazing Vampy is in those 1v1 situations. I've scarcely seen a single player over the entire ESEA intermediate season who could go toe-to-toe with Vampy in a situation like that. It's just amazing how he reacts and how he gets into his opponent's mind. And he is really putting the team on his back right now. This isn't always required for UV1. They definitely don't always have to rely so heavily on a star player. But in this case, you know, sometimes it just happens that way. Flex just has not come alive at all here with the op. And Vampy's been the one to have to step up, and step up he has so far, keeping UV1 totally in this with the 5 rounds to 8. If they get 7 here, like you said, their T side's very strong on Inferno. So as we come back from this pause, you can definitely count on Vampy. You know, he's not gonna be slowing down, and the only thing that Flex can do is pick up, and then Prolapse have got a real problem on their hands.
Certainly, and one of the impressive parts of Vampy is like we're watching the growth of this player too for a while, even though he's kind of always been a little bit of a star of the team. It's kind of he just does the same thing over and over again, and he just like has success at doing that. But lately we've been seeing him kind of like I wouldn't go as far as saying like completely experimenting with what he's doing, but it's not like he's just like by default in mini over and over again or whatever. He's just making it happen. Oh, Dusty with a nice shot onto Alphite here opens up ramp for them. See if they walk through. Vampy trying to slow down Talento here. He's gonna get through Vents.
I'm not sure if Talento noticed that Vampy ended up actually going down into Vents. I think Vampy was shift climbing down, so won't have heard that. And now they have to deal with the fact that there could be a player around the corner. Meanwhile, Vampy's got the position down in Vents and is able to start working his way through B and lower. So, yeah, Vampy's done a lot already just with that. And Flex finding a nice, you know, just patience kill with the op. And now that just funnels PL into the upper site.
They're starting to try to make their way through. They're throwing out the smoke first. You gotta go forward. Here at 37, 37 are gonna grab a couple for themselves. Dusty then takes down Flex, and again in a hit where they take down everyone at the same time. Vampy left. Try to do something for himself.
Deimos might have been flashed or something. I'm not sure how he didn't get that kill. Missed a bunch of shots early on, and that player was able to turn around and get him with the P250. That's really uncharacteristic for Deimos. So, just, you know, it's not going to be able to happen every time. Vampy gets caught from the side. And, yeah, once again, Dusty putting up a lot of numbers here. 18 frags, now has surpassed Vampy in the fragging department there. With these aggressive hits, and Dusty often taking point on those positions. So, yeah, good job once again by PL. I think UV1 did a nice job in the early round of sort of funneling them towards upper. But then, yeah, PL just rushes in, and UV1 just miss a couple of shots. They're not as crisp on their aim as we sometimes see them right now. Which just happens, you know, you get an off day, and a couple of players are having it right now. Not Vampy,
Not Vampy, though. He is definitely playing at the level we're used to seeing him play at. Deimos here, unable to see anyone kind of walk through. Yeah,
he saw them. So there was a gap in the smoke. That's why Deimos kept trained there, because there was a tiny gap in the smoke. I'm pretty sure he could see the feet. Not enough time to fire, but he didn't fire, I believe, because he doesn't want them to know that he saw them going in. And you can see UV1 are kind of positioning towards lower site now. They know that these players are here.
All right, bomb plant 4v4 here for the retake. Can UV1 pull this one off? And it feels like they kind of need to. 9-6 would be fine. But Tolento's just going to deny the two coming through vents. And every single time they try to go through there, it seems like Prolapse are just ready for it. Meanwhile, 37 takes down Alpha on site. Deimos picked up one frag on Tolento, but he's still by himself against 3 in the last round of this half.
Yeah, and with that, Molly delaying him. Does have the kit.
Just kind of gonna go for a YOLO move here, but
difficult.
this shouldn't be a situation that's very good for him. Dusty will take him down, picking up another 2K on this one, and he's has been very strong player here for PL, and just no answers from UV1. 10-5 lead here for PL, but UV1 on the T side now. Well, we watched a crazy potential comeback last game. That was CT side comeback, but again, I in general do feel just more kind of confident in UV1's T side anyway. So let's see if they can pull it off.
And in their nuke over Inferno as well. Yeah, this is anybody's game at this point. I think knowing what we know about UV1, PL have done a great job though on that. That was an excellent T side. I love the way they play. I think that I'm happy to see that this team's got the 9 wins because this is a very exciting matchup. How UV1 might react to them in a best of 3 is also an exciting prospect. So the potential to see a rematch here, regardless of the result, is really cool. I'm just happy that we potentially get to see these two teams duke it out again.
Yeah.
After today.
Definitely potentially an exciting future playoff matchup, that's for sure.
By the way, Ownerman is in chat mentioning this, and that's an interesting stat that he just brought up, which is that Vampy has some vested interest in racking up those frags. The #1 fragger in ESEA Intermediate is at 354 kills, and Vampy is at number 3. He's the third highest fragger in all of ESEA Intermediate. So, yeah, definitely, I'm sure Vampy's close. I'm sure all those 3 top players are pretty close to each other. So, yeah, maybe Vampy's got a little more interest beyond winning rounds and getting a bunch of kills in these last few games.
Yeah, but right now he's got to answer on the other end of good fragger on their own. Dusty's already got 20, I believe. It'll show us the stats, I believe, in a second.
Yeah, after it loads in, I think he had 19. But in any case, yeah, Dusty is leading the kill score in this match. So. Unless we got a reset. Looks like we got a glitch. We got a reset. Unless it'll happen after the.
I think
it's different break point.
Usually. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see what happens.
Yep.
Either way, pistol round now here in the second half. UV1 trying to get that. Vampy playing around here. Tries to walk to the smoke, but Pro
that's
lapses 037 somehow able to get a lucky shot.
They heard the
there.
footsteps and they said, "All right, start shooting." And 037 gets lucky. So.
Oh, that one did not look lucky. That was just a really nice shot. 7 by Flags answers right back. Damos now trying to deal with 2 members by himself. At least takes down 1 and does a decent amount of damage on Amodachi as well. Bomb planted here by Alfight. 3v3 retake. Situation here. Dusty looking to move around. Talento, though, gonna walk in here. They're gonna walk right into Damos. Who will react faster? Amodachi walks right into his crosshairs, though, but Talento and Dusty pick up a couple. So it's now just Alfight defending this bomb. And he's in a cheeky spot.
Good spot.
EQ started up. Alfight is not able to hit that one. No kit. Oh, no kit on him. Never mind. It was Dusty with no kit. And
Yep. Talento was defusing.
Yep.
So yeah, Damos did a lot of work there with that Deagle trying to delay the other players from getting into sight. But right now, it's only Vampy and Damos who have been really able to get anything going in terms of fragging. You can see it's quite lopsided right now. But yeah, Damos was very impressive. It allowed the players from UV1 to not only get the plant without the 2 players. Damos was delaying 2 or 3 players on his own in the hall there. So, silver linings here, but still, UV1 struggling up against PL.
Flex was able to pick off Dusty there nicely. So at least puts UV1 in a good start to this round. Most of them outside as we turn to 037 dealing with Vampy, kind of dealing with them. Amodachi's going to walk up right up to them. He picks off 1.
He had a chance for a lot more there.
Vampy with another 1D here, though. He's getting himself onto the A site. Trying to deal with Talento. Takes him down to 39 HP. Another shot takes him out. Vampy on the Deagle, man. It's just a force.
Both Vampy and Damos are just so good with the Deagle.
Yeah.
And now with S37 only carrying an SMG here, UV1 are almost certainly going to win this round. It's, they have so many options to defend. They get a pretty late plant, though. And so S37 does have a chance. He's got lots of time.
Yeah, can at least, at the very least, do some damage and get some rifles off a couple people here. That's what he does. Take down one with the SMG, mind you, but still does at least take down 1, which is, I think, in that situation, he'll take.
Yep.
11-6 lead here still for UV1. They still got to catch up those 5 rounds they were behind in the first half.
Yeah, great work by UV1 to win that one, though. That was just a Deagle no armor round for the second after the pistols. So they do well to but it's the same thing that they won the same round against PL last half and just did not manage to convert the ensuing rifle round. And so this is something UV1 definitely have to shore up a little bit, is making sure that they can get those opening frags. But Amodachi is the one who finds it onto Damos first of all. So not a great start for UV1, and PL just look really good on Nuke. Yeah,
UV1 not quite at the level we're potentially seeing, but we've also seen them been behind like this and then suddenly turn it on. You know what I mean? Yep. So I'm still just waiting for that to happen, and it just seems to happen more often than it doesn't. It's something you don't want to always have to go to the well to win out matches.
Yeah.
But it is definitely something we borderline expect that they're going to be able to do. But S37 is trying to slow that down. Vampy will at least pick up 1 more, so they're still making their way through the ramps here. Vampy then turns around, takes down Amodachi. So the numbers are even once again here. 3s apiece as they're getting this plant down. See what PL are going to do to answer here, but Vampy just waiting in ramp for anyone to come by here. Dusty doesn't get 1, but Vampy takes down Talento because you just can't beat Vampy 1v1. He's got 3 so far in this round. 1's down below. He was looking up. He flicks down, gets a decent amount of damage, and Flex will help him finish him off. Then Vampy with 4K is just trying to drag this team across the finish line.
What is this? He is so amazing. He is just so much better right now than his opponents, except that you can see Dusty, has a lot of frags trying to catch up, but now Vampy on 25 kills. And yeah, the thing with UV1 is that the worrying thing is that you don't often see the kill feed this lopsided with UV1.
Yeah.
All of them are so consistent. And so seeing Flex, Alfight, and Egglet all on single digits in the second half is steep.
Ooh, Egglet trying to change that, though. He picked up 2. Vampy also grabbing 1 more. But there's a 3K for Egglet going, I'm going to hit double digits. Don't you worry about it, Wes.
Whenever I say anything like that about Egglet, This is always what happens.
It's always. Like I said, Eglet's so good at just kind of like hold this angle, right? He gets put in there, they all funnel into him, and he just good spray control, obviously there. Eglet then walking in, looking to grab 4K now. Eglet pops off this round. They're within 3.
So they were against the Pistols that round, but like you say, a chance for Eglet to rack up those frags, and just like that, Johnny, he is on double digits. Flex and Alphite, your turn.
Your
two
turn.
new players, and they've been having great performances so far. About time for them both to leave it to the vets for a little while, but UV1 still behind, still having to figure things out, and you still do want to see, those players come alive a little bit, especially somebody like Flex, who has brought Alphite, definitely more of a role player. Flex, we've already seen, was brought in and has been filling this star frag and star player position. And right now, that isn't the way he's contributing to this nuke match. But I mean, Vampy's more than making up for it in most cases. 26 kills here. Getting closer and closer to that number 2 spot, that's for sure. I'd like to see the link and see how close he actually is to the number 1 for kills in the regular season. There's definitely the chance with this game, and maybe a couple more big ones, he could take it.
They're moving aggressively onto site. 037, though, got a great spot where he takes that one, but the flash helps him out by quite a bit. Vampy able to take him down. Deimos then, with the mollies, able to take down Talento, who did take down Deimos. So it's still 3v3, but they're on site here. Well, the rest of them are trying to deal with this here. Who's got the bomb is what I'm curious about.
Lying on the ground right now, unfortunately. It was all good, except that they, those trades, they're totally fine. UV1 will take those as the T's anytime to get control of the site. But they left the bomb behind, unfortunately. That's a great shot from S37. Finally, the bomb gets planted, but yeah, they would have liked to have that planted a lot sooner.
They finally got it down to them up in heaven. S37 right around Vampy. And again, you can't 1v1 Vampy. It's not a thing you can do in this game. They're trying to get onto the site now. They're over on top of heaven. They're able to take down Flex. And they 2v1 Vampy. No, he says no. But it's got to deal with the second with Blue. He somehow flicks down and grabs 4. Vampy, this is illegal. You're not allowed to do this. He's got a 30 bomb already.
Going on right now? It's just like manifesting. Every time we compliment him, he gets better. 30 bomb, nowhere near the end of this game, and Vampy's already on 30. This is unreal right now from who I think is like in argument for the best player in this entire league, Vampy, and he is just showing us a monster performance right now. The 30 bomb in 20 rounds.
Yeah, I said you can't beat Vampy 1v1. Then we saw 2v1 situation. And Vampy says, oh, well, this is unfair. You should add more. Boom, boom, boom. Takes the both of them out somehow. Oh, my goodness, Vampy. Just with, even for Vampy, this is a ridiculous performance.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's good to see that, like, we potentially just actually haven't seen the cap of Vampy. Because whenever you see someone like have this performance, you like go like, oh, this player's capable of, and maybe we won't see this crazy level at all times. But when you just know in the back of your mind that a player can do stuff like this, it really changes the perspective of them. They're able to pick up this round. Flex finally getting a frag for himself. The Dusty is really nice there. Amadachi trying to do something with the swag 7, but he's forced to back away. Suddenly we're at a 5v3 here, and UV1 are off to the quick start.
I like Amadachi's movement. It's the second time, or it's the third or fourth time, actually, I've seen Amadachi get a good shot off and then really get quickly with the stabilization.
Yeah.
It's impressive stuff. That's a very smooth thing to watch. Does get caught by Vampy there, and Prolapse are on a save, so likely to lose this one regardless. But yeah, I do want to shout that out. I always love when a player's got really great movement, and Amadachi definitely has it.
And it's certainly one of the very, very underrated things about Counter-Strike, just kind of in general, just like understanding how the movement kind of works. While everyone kind of understands it, especially at this level, it's still in practice. It's still not something that everyone kind of knows perfectly. As we watch Alpha,
it's not the most tangible thing, to analyze. But you can't. If you've watched a lot of Counter-Strike, you really know when a player, it excels in that field. Amadachi definitely is well, just is the case there.
Just look at pros. They look like they move faster in the game than just people. Like the game is just faster than the game you play at almost any level of amateur Counter-Strike. So it's kind of like crazy how well they just cleanly do that. And yeah, I agree with you. Amadachi definitely shows that as a pretty prolific thing for himself. But here we go. Full buy here for PL. They're looking to stop the momentum from UV1 as they're now within 1 here. And, well, that's only one way to do it, getting an op shot onto UV1's best player.
Yeah, that's a nice find. I think Vampy kind of Ferrari peeked into ramp there, so fair enough. Eventually, he's going to be going down. Yeah, you know, going back to the movement conversation while there's a lull, if you want to watch a player with truly, you know, genius movement, just watch Zaiwu. That guy, it is amazing what he can do with his WASD keys.
Yeah. And even if you want to talk Canadian content, I don't know how familiar anyone was with Kayante, who's a fellow Winnipegger. Well, he's not living in Winnipegger currently. I think he's in BC now. But anyway, he's a variety streamer now. But he got his way playing Counter-Strike, and one of the things he always did really well was movement. Like, he just moved better and threw the map better than anyone, at least that I've played with or anything like that. So he like, yeah, if you want to talk about Canadian content, I don't think he streams that much anymore these days. At least I haven't paid too much attention to that. But he's a really good Counter-Strike player, just for in terms of that too. So.
It's really cool to see. Now it's quite a lull. You know, UV1 are giving it down to the wire. Looks like they are going for the upper hit here.
Yeah, they're just moving straight onto the site now. 037 flash, but it dissipates just enough for him to at least pick up one. Talento, though, takes down a couple. He's got himself in the back of sight, but Alphite will finish him off. But Alphite now is by himself against 3.
They keep getting unlucky, leaving the bomb very far behind, and this grenade... Ugh,
yeah, that doesn't work.
Yep, there it is.
Smart play by Dusty.
Nice job by Dusty. Yep.
Yeah, finish them off, and that felt like a must-win round for PL. They, of course, had that save the round before that, and they were on max loss bonus there for a little while there. And
you look at the money for UV1, they're totally fine. They're fine for pretty much the rest of the game. Well, for the next several rounds anyway, with Vampy on over 10K. They don't go for the op, but, you know, I almost want them to throw flex onto the op. It just, when somebody's having a slow game like this, who's normally an opper, maybe just put them into their comfort zone a little bit. Say, you know, go peek outside. Potentially could be the call. Instead, they throw down the outside smokes, and they're heading towards secret. Good smokes here. No gaps.
Yeah, they're just walking through that there. Most turns have got behind them, but Vampy!
Good game sense there. Yeah.
Just too quick. And aim is too good. Talento here, trying to match him with a Nova. Does see Alphite there. Takes a little bit of damage of it. Pulls out the flash and thinks about using it. But Alphite's going to throw it a nade. That's going to do... Oh, it gets past him.
Unlucky for Alphite there. And he probably thinks he hit.
Yeah.
So that's going to be... At least there is 73 HP left. UV1 did head down. And yeah, they're about to head into the lower site, which is not well covered right now by PL. So UV1 likely to get a plant pretty easily here.
Starting off with a flash to start walking towards a ramp here. Second flash
Didn't
coming
have
through.
ramp control.
S37 is back up a little bit here. That's a good molly to force them out of that position so they can get down. Vampy, meanwhile, outside meets with S37.
What is he doing here?
Yeah, don't want to be though. Amodachi, though, gets a nice shot into Alphite. Eglet will trade that off. Deimos will get this plant off. 2 people left here for PL to retake against 4. Well, Talento's going to make it a little bit closer, but Deimos will take him down too. So now it's just Dusty. Flex meets with them and takes him down. UV1 back within 1.
Can I get the op? Can I pick up this op, Deimos, please? And he does it. Both of those, both of the rookies up to 8 now. And UV1 put another one on the board. And yeah, it's important for them to get everything they can here. They do not want PL to keep racking those up. They really want to. They have the opportunity to put PL way down in eco here if they win this one and flex onto the op. I'm glad he got it. I think they definitely.
And even luck is working out for Vampy as he kind of like gets a little bit of damage onto Amodachi, but S37 takes down Alphite over by ramp there, so does mean it's a 5v4. Dusty waiting outside to see if he sees anyone, but of course Flex on top of there waiting for anyone else to come try and peek it up. But they're making the hit through HUD now. Eglet walks in, takes him down.
Good molly. Talento has to reposition.
Yeah, Talento in an awkward spot. He moves forward, though, and just takes down Eglet by surprise, I think. Amodachi on top of HUD here will take down another. He's got 2K on the round now. Deimos through, finds Dusty taking him down. Almost takes down Talento, but in the end, UV1 now down by 2.
Yeah, and they don't end up making use of that op the way I thought they might be able to. PL, probably because they noticed that Flex had recovered the op, played more passive at outside in that round than they have been, and so Flex didn't get the opportunity. If they would have peeked out, he almost certainly would have gotten the kill there. So good read there by PL, knowing that a player had recovered that sniper. Now, UV1, like I said, they've got plenty of money. They're back onto right this Molly here.
Old 37 opens up the round with that molly, takes down one. Amadachi with a nade finishes off another. Flex still trying to move forward and take down one at least. He got 037, looks towards Evan, picks off Talento. Amadachi will take him out. Eglet sitting in the smoke. Good thing Eglet didn't move forward there. Could have been bad here. Oh, finds Vampy. Just smart by Amadachi. Knowing someone likely in that smoke, takes him down. But Eglet now by himself, can't really do a whole lot. S37 takes him out. Prolapse up 14-11.
There we go. One more buy. They could potentially scrape together for UV1. They need this round badly if they are going to decide to force here, and I think they should. Looks like they're going to go for a timeout as well, wisely. So UV1 on their last legs right now against a very impressive PL here. They're just looking so good on Nuke. They're really... Yeah, I love their T side in particular was excellent. They're just kind of going blow for blow on the CT side with UV1's T side, but still, you know, Vampy being able to rack up all of these frags, it'll feel so terrible if you lose. And unfortunately, Flex and Alphite just have not quite brought it the way they have in past games today. You know, it's not something we love calling out all the time, but it's just people have off games, and that's just the case with Flex and Alphite right now. It's bound to happen, and it's good to happen in a game where playoffs are already clinched. So you know you can go back on the VOD, learn from this, and it doesn't particularly affect whether you get to playoffs or that much. And Alphite trying to answer back a little bit, finds a nice headshot there.
Sometimes just using Deagle gets you right back in the game. Vampy, though, continuing with his hot game here. He doesn't want to lose this one. It's not over yet for him. Dusty outside here with the op. Gets a little bit of damage on the Vampy, but Talento here takes down Eglet. Excuse me, Amadachi now walking through will then take down Alphite. 3v3 situation here. Vampy gets taken down by Dusty. Flex avenges his teammate. 2v2 once again. The bomb, though, all the way back home for UV1, so they're going to have to find a way to go back there and get it.
Oh, yeah, and they're miles away, like you said. This is a huge map right now for them. It's not a huge map in general, but for them right now, it feels like a hero's journey to get there.
I think they're just trying to win this by frags. They're not even going back for the bomb, so they're looking to
and
hunt
PL are just as unsure of where UV1 could be. There's so much availability for rotations, but PL have the advantage if the further the clock down, the better position PL are in.
Flash coming through. Talento just times it out.
Yeah, well played.
Flex now by himself. Goes up the flash. Tries to find a way on Talento. He'll move down and take one out there, but Talento finishes them off from behind. Prolapse now. Map point 15-11.
15-11. Yeah, PL just looking really good. They are excellent players. They have prepared so well for Nuke right now, and they're firing on all cylinders here. UV1.
Awkward buy here too for UV1.
Just a bit of an off game for a couple of players is resulting in a couple occasionally these sites not being properly defended or properly attacked. So UV1 just wanting to shore that up a little bit. They're going to be fine, but they would have loved to have this win. As many as you can get once you sort of are on the home stretch. It's definitely beneficial.
Yeah, obviously you want better seeding, but you also just want momentum going in too, right? You're starting to play against tougher teams. You're playing against tougher teams with similar records of you near the end of the season here, so they are just harder matches, which is understandable. But you certainly don't want to backpedal into the playoffs despite having clinched it so early. So right now it is a tough situation for UV1. They're trying to get it onto here, but Talento just sitting on top. Just takes them all down. UV1 all move in the site simultaneously, but all get taken out simultaneously. And that will be the end of this game. And maybe back to the drawing board. It's the first time we've seen them losing a map that's not Inferno. And again, Nuke felt like maybe one of their better maps too, even, but just not in the cards for them today.
Yeah, and when you look at sort of the history of this Pro Laps team, they certainly do seem to have been improving. Their wins have gotten more decisive. They've had a couple of very decisive losses as well, but presumably those might be against extremely strong teams, and they just look excellent on Nuke. They've got some very impressive stuff going on here in terms of their hits. It's not just aggression, it's coordination. They really have everything covered here. All angles are being viewed. All the timings are calculated. They have done their work on this map, and it shows. So congrats to PL once again. Anybody who's able to beat UV1, I'm impressed with that team, and I want to see more of them. So that goes for this PL team as well. Impressive stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely insane. Especially, man, that was a special performance from Vampy. That's a tough one to not have a W when you perform that well. 34 to 18 for Vampy, 138.41 ADR. That's completely absurd.
Jeez.
Just like that's absolutely disgusting. 20% headshot percentage too, on top of all that too. Just like was really one of Vampy's best games, and it feels bad to like quote unquote waste it on a loss, but it's what it is. And hopefully UV1, they got 2 more matches at the end of the season, off one being tomorrow at a little bit later time. I think it's supposed to be. It's still saying that it's 8 p.m. Eastern, but I thought Ownerman told me that it was a little bit later of a game. But again, as kind of always pay attention to the UV1 Twitter at UV1_esports for exact times on the day. But hopefully they're back at it tomorrow and go back to the drawing board. And like you said, like maybe it's a night where some people were struggling here a little bit. Egglet for I think the first half he was looking better on the T side, but Alphite and Flex just never seemed to kind of find their game here in this one. Deimos was up and down. He ended up 19-19 and ended up having a decent game, but it like overall, obviously, when you don't win a game, there's some things that just kind of going on with the team, and it just seemed like PL just had their number on this day, and I kind of hope these teams get this exact 2 teams. It's them two and Eastdogs. I kind of hope UV1 just find ways to have rematches against them.
Sure. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I don't have much more to add to that. Just impressive stuff by PL UV1. I mean, it was nice to see the Vampy show. Always nice.
Yeah.
But to see him put on the hat and grab the cane, do a little bit of a performance for us. But let's see if the backup dancers can come in and give it 110% in future Nuke games, and then we'll definitely see UV1. It just can't be one individual player carrying everything at this level of Counter-Strike. That's not going to cut it, even if it's a player as good as Vampy. So hopefully he at least get a silver lining and got that much closer to that number 1 spot in ESEA Intermediate.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to continue to track that with, again, 2 more matches left in the regular season. Well, we're going to take off here again, not doing interviews on losses anymore, just because, it just feels bad. Long story short. But, Wes, would you like to plug anything before we get out of here?
Not much, just my own stuff. Rambo Casts on Twitch, twitch.tv/RamboCasts, and RamboCast on Twitter. You can hit me up and follow me on those. I just got my Valorant casting reel finished, so that's going to be posted at sometime soon, I believe. So look forward to that. And thanks everybody if you want to drop me a follow. I'm just starting those pages, so the more eyes on them, the better right now. So thanks Johnny for having me.
For sure. Definitely, no problem, my dude. And as for me, again, UV1 match, another one coming up tomorrow, so I will be here for that. I'm also actually have a very, very busy week when it comes to casting, doing CSGO tournament for my Express, League of Legends. They're doing the ARAM. I'm in that too, I believe.
Oh yeah, I'm doing that CSGO
tournament. You're in the CSGO tournament with me too as well. I'm also doing a 1v1 Valorant tournament, I think, this week. I'll let you guys know about that. I actually don't know the exact details, but I believe that's this week too. But don't quote me because I trying to keep my own schedule in my head is rough.
I will not quote you.
Yeah, don't go. But at some point, I'm also doing a 1v1 Valorant tournament and more other kind of wacky tournaments like 2v2 League of Legends stuff. I like doing weird stuff lately. It's actually kind of fun to do some weird stuff. But that's it from us, folks. We will see you all tomorrow. G Towen, Vampy is nuts. I completely agree. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye, folks.
It's been a while, we haven't talked. I had some time to think us through. I promise I'm not looking for you, but here you are in all the words I thought I'd say. Have given up, but gotten lost in one good look in your two eyes. I'm on the floor. I thought that door was shut. I guess it's all that it takes. 6 months over, I feel so good. Are these feelings taking over me? I know I swore don't need no more. Are these feelings taking over me? Were you with both your empty arms and me with no self-control? I never stood a chance, and now I guess that it's too late. 'Cause I can barely say hello, and I know that I can hold on my peace like no hard feelings at all, and start